A caveman will tell you almost anything. He'll tell you who he fights for. He'll tell you what he prays to. He'll tell you the worst thing he ever did 3 drinks in to a caveman he met that same night. But ask him what's in his cave, how big the pile is, how many shinies he's actually got stacked, and the conversation dies. He'll bare his soul before he'll bare his savings. That's not shyness, that's a rule, and the cavemen with the biggest piles follow it the hardest. So here's the question. Why do the wealthy go silent about the one thing everyone's curious about? Turns out telling people is the single most expensive thing you can do with a pile of shinies. Let Og show you the math. Look, the urge to tell people makes sense. We're a tribe. We're built to share news around the fire. You worked hard. You finally clawed your way out of the red. The pile's growing. Of course you want to say it out loud. To your mate, your cousin, the friend who watched you struggle for years. It feels honest. It feels like the opposite of bragging even, just being real with the people you love. And telling people feels free. The shinies don't leave the cave when the words leave your mouth. You said a sentence, nothing moved. That's the trap. Because the second another caveman knows your number, your pile stops being only yours. It quietly becomes something other people have a claim on. You didn't spend a shiny, but you just changed the price of every relationship you've got. Here's how. The first thing that happens is you become the bank. Not officially. Nobody hands you a sign. But the cousin with the busted cart, the friend short on rent, the sibling with the brilliant idea that just needs a few shinies to start. They all run the same quiet arithmetic the moment they learn you're holding. You went from one of us to the one who can. And lending inside the tribe goes badly more often than you'd think. 7 in 10 cavemen have spotted someone close some shinies expecting it back. Of those, more than 4 in 10 never saw the shinies again. A quarter watched it crack the friendship. Sometimes both. Now stack the odds. The bigger your known pile, the more asks you get, and the worse each no lands. Every refusal sounds like a choice now, because it is. And it's not just the people asking, this is the part most cavemen miss. Knowing your number changes how everyone stands next to you, including the good ones who'd never ask for a thing. The friend who used to split the hunt evenly now waits for you to cover it. The brother who never kept score starts keeping score. Nobody decided to do this. The number did it for them. Worse, it changes you. Once they know, you feel the pull to keep proving you're still the same caveman. You overpay. You overgive. You perform humble so nobody thinks the pile changed you. That's the cost nobody warns you about. Not the shinies you lose, the way the spotlight rewires the room. Want a picture of where this leads? Look at the loudest money there is. A lottery win is the most public pile a caveman can land. In most tribes, they print your name when you win. The spotlight is the law. Congratulations. Now every cousin you've never met knows exactly where to find you. And lottery winners go broke at rates that should stop you cold. One study tracked people who won a real pile and found the win didn't keep them out of bankruptcy. It just pushed the date back a few years. A lot of that is money skill. A sudden pile is hard to handle. But watch what lands on a winner the day after the name hits the paper. The relatives, the old friends, the strangers, all at the cave door. That's not the lottery doing that. That's disclosure, turned all the way up. Now, Og isn't telling you to bury your shinies and trust no one. That's not a rule, that's a disorder. There's a clean line between private and secret. Secret is hiding it from the people who share the cave with you, your partner, the one you're building the future with. That blows up worse than oversharing ever could. Tell them everything. And 1 or 2 trusted heads, a steady friend, an advisor you pay to be straight with you, that's not a leak. That's a counsel. The rule was never tell no one, ever. The rule is don't broadcast. Don't announce the number to the wider tribe, the group chat, the cousin you see twice a year. Privacy isn't paranoia. It's just keeping the spotlight off a pile that grows better in the dark. So here's the verdict. Telling people about your shinies feels free, costs nothing in the moment, and quietly becomes the most expensive habit you own. The wealthiest cavemen aren't quiet because they're humble. They're quiet because they already ran this math. Remember where we started? The caveman who will tell you everything except what's in his cave? He's not being cold. He's being smart. So keep your wins close. Let the pile grow where the spotlight can't reach it. because the pile changed you the moment you announced it. If that landed, if knowing which game you're in is worth more than another tip that doesn't fit, join the tribe. Og's only getting started.